What's up, traders? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How's it going? How was the week last week? Hope you all made money last week. And even if you didn't make money, don't worry. This week we're definitely going to make money. So just sit back, relax, and let's get into the charts. All right. So before we do that, let me do a quick recap of what we had last week. The setups that I had last week. Okay, I think this is one of the GBP card. The GBP card was. I think it was around here, this point here. We expected it to retest this area of interest, then give us the sell that we're waiting for. But that didn't happen. It just kept on. It dropped. Then it was consolidating around this point here. Then the next one should be. That's Euro card. All right. So for Euro card was somewhere around there, this point here. We expected a retest down to this point, then drop, but that didn't happen too. So basically, almost all the setups that I had last week, none of them played out. It didn't get to the area of interest, and even the one that went to the area of interest, it didn't give me my setup, so I just had to just leave it. So none of the trade that I called out last week played out. None of it played out. Most of it didn't get to my area of interest. And when it doesn't get to my area of interest, I don't take the trade. Most times I don't like to take the trade because it's when it is on that area of interest that is either going to buy or is going to sell. That's the way I trade. So for Euro card, it didn't get to the area of interest, and this was on Friday when it got to the area of interest. And when it got here, it just kept on going up. And I don't really like to trade on Friday because that's the end of the week. There's no much volume, and I just like to come back on Monday and with a new better setup. So this is the Euro USD. Euro USD also didn't do what we wanted. It didn't do what we wanted. This was where it was around last week. It dropped a little, then it actually even came to my area of interest, but you can see it didn't hit my alert button that I kept there. It didn't hit my alert button, but even at that, I was still looking for the setup. I was still looking for my setup to show around the shift of structure, but it didn't happen. Let's go down to the 30 minutes. I'm showing this on the daily because I want it to be clear. On the 30 on the other time frames is not clear. I'm showing it on the daily because of it to be clearer and easy to navigate. You understand? So it came. I think this was news. This was maybe CPI or something. So it just came, then it dropped. I was expecting a sell around this place. This was a place that I would have loved to take the sell, but you can see this was in the evening around 6:30, and I don't like the trade because that's the time that most times the volume has started going down in the market for the day. So and it's going to the Asia section. I don't trade Asia. I only trade New York and London section. You understand? So I would have taken my trade somewhere around there, my this thing here, then I'll have, you understand? So even if I did that, I would have been stopped out. You can see. So this setup, I was just not even feeling it at all. And this was on Thursday. Going to Friday, I was still looking at it, but it didn't give me any setup, so I didn't take it. So yeah, we avoided. I actually avoided a loss here. So I think that's a good thing for me. Moving on, I think the next one is GBP USD. Same thing with Euro USD. Same thing. It came, but GBP USD didn't even get to my area of interest. It almost got there, but it didn't get there. You understand? So, that's just what happened. For GBP JPY didn't even get to the. It didn't get to the zone. This was the zone that we were waiting for. This was on Friday. We expected it to come to retest this area of interest, then drop, but that didn't happen. It just dropped, kept on dropping. And even on this day, this was on Wednesday, I was waiting for a retest after it closed below this area of interest. I was waiting for a retest, then drop. weighted of interest to this place, then drop. But you can see it didn't even retest there. You can see it didn't retest at all. It didn't do any retest. So so that's just what happened. Moving on, I think the next one is AUDCHF. AUDCHF. We were waiting for. I think this was where we were in AUDCHF. We were waiting. What I was waiting for on AUDCHF was for a close or a bearish close below this area of interest, then a retest back to this zone, then sell. But that didn't happen, as you can see. That didn't happen. So it just kept on going up. Now, what I expect for AUDCHF now, I think it's actually wants to start going up now, but I wouldn't take a buy on it until it breaks above this. It breaks above this area of interest, this one here. If it breaks above with a bullish engulfing, then I'll wait for the retest down. But I don't think that's going to happen next week. And even if it happens, I'm not really interested on AUDCHF this week. Understand? So the next one is AUD-USD. Same thing. The USD pairs are all the same thing. Same thing happened on all of them. So that was why I wasn't able to take any trade, because most times all USD pairs move the same way. So I wasn't able to take any. You can see. Okay, for AUD-USD, I said that it would retest this place. Then it came, but it just kept on going up. Nothing happened. I wanted it to retest. This was on Friday, I think. Yeah, this was on Friday. So I wanted it to retest here, then we go down, but that didn't happen. It just kept on going up, and it didn't really show me the setup I was looking for. You understand? The next one, I think that is all. The next one, I think that's all. Yeah, that's all for last week's setup. I didn't really. No trade for me last week at all. No trade for me last week at all. Although I took some trades. I took trades last week, but the thing was that all the trades that I took last week, 2 trades that I took last week were GBP-AUD and BTC-USDT. Those trades, I only took it because of I was bored, and I totally went against my plan last week. I totally went against my plan. It was not what I was supposed to be doing at all. But I took it. I took GBP-AUD. GBP-AUD was. It actually gave me 1:2, but I didn't close. Let me go to the page so that you can see it. GBP-AUD. I think this is it. GBP-AUD. Sorry, let me look for GBP-AUD. Okay, I think it's part of the pairs that I'm looking to trade this week. Okay, yes, it's part of the pair I'm looking to trade this week. So what happened last week was that the trade that I took last week wasn't part of my plan. I went against my rules, and I should really be punished for that, because most times I used to punish myself when I go against my rules, because you have to discipline yourself as a trader. If you are not disciplined, then there's no way you're going to make it as a trader. So, but for the GBP-AUD, what just happened was that I just took a buy, because I was seeing a candlestick pattern here. This candlestick pattern, you can see it here. This pattern, this bearish engulfing, then this hammer, inverted hammer. Then after I saw this inverted, I knew that okay, it is going to go up, because this is actually this is what they call morning star. This is the morning star candlestick. The morning star candlestick, when it happens like that, it's most times signals a push to the upside. And another reason why I took it was because of this was the weekly zone. This zone that it was the weekly zone. So I knew I wanted it to just react off this weekly zone. I didn't expect it to just break the weekly zone like that. That weekly zone, I thought it would hold, and though the trend was bearish, the daily and the 4 hours, they are both bearish. the trend, both trends are bearish. The daily and the forward, they are both trend, but the weekly is still bullish. So that was why I was thinking, okay, let me just take this short buy. I didn't even want too much. I didn't want too much. I just wanted the one so that I can make, I can make money for that for that week. But the sad thing was that now when it actually played out, it gave me 1:2. You can see it here, but what happened was that I put my this thing, I put my alert. My alert was somewhere, but it didn't trigger my alert. I will show you a screenshot of it now. You can see it on your screen. You will see it on your screen now. The screenshot of that of the alert that I put there. Now you can see it didn't trigger my alert at all. It didn't trigger my alert. And if you can look at it here, this was around 1:30 here. So around 1:30, and at that point I was sleeping. It was late in the night. You can see it played out, but it didn't hit my alert. So and the funniest part was that I wasn't actually even sleeping, but I that's why I set my alert that okay, once it gives me 1:2, I will close out. But it was just less than 2 pips to my alert. It didn't trigger me. So what happened was that it came all the way, came down. But when I woke up the next day, I saw price somewhere here, and there was news. So I knew the best thing for me, if I actually wanted to if the best thing for me was just to either break even or take profit. And I don't like taking profits when it has not given me a 1:2, but I think that would have been the best option for me as at that time. So I just broke even. I break even, and when the news came, it took me out. It took me out on break even, and that was why I didn't make money that on this trade, even though it gave me a 1:2 risk to reward. You can see it's just crazy. So I learned the lesson here, and the lesson is just that just stick to your rules, stick to your setup. You don't have to be pursuing price, because what happened here, this was basically me predicting the market instead of me reacting to it. I was just predicting the market. I wanted the market to do what I wanted the market to do what I wanted it to do, instead of me waiting for the market to show me what it wants to do, then me entering it. So I was just basically predicting the market instead of reacting to it. So that was, and on BTC-USD too. BTC-USD was just straight up loss. That one was just loss. It was loss straight up. So on BTC-USD too, it was not my setup, because there were not two consecutive time frames in sync. Both time frames, no consecutive time frame in sync. The weekly was bullish, daily was bearish, and 4 hours was bullish also. So, but what made me take that trade was because of I already had my alert at this point here. I had my alert at this point. Let's go to the 4 hours. I think it's more clear on that on the 4 hours. It's more clear on the 4 hours. Sorry, my network is. You have to forgive my network. Okay, so I didn't take it on the 4 hours, I took it on the 30 minutes, but it's clearer here. So I had my alert somewhere around here, because I already had this arrow. I put this arrow here. When I put this arrow was when BTC, both the 4 hours and the daily, were in sync. So price was somewhere around here. Price was somewhere around this point here. So somewhere around this point, then I wanted it to retest this zone and come back. At that time, the 4 hours and the daily were in sync. They were both bearish. Both time frame were in sync. They were both bearish. So I was just waiting for a retest to this place, but you can see it didn't do that. It just kept on going down and even hit the place that I wanted to use as my TP. That's the zone that we wanted to use as TP. You can see it immediately came to this point. It started going up. So I don't know. It was why I took this trade. I just don't know. It was just an impulsive trade for me, to be honest, because I only saw on maybe took this trade was because of the 30 minutes shifted structure. Shifted at this point, you can see shifted structure at this point. Then and then I put my sell position in. And actually took this, and you can see it gave us a little bit, gave us a little bit of, gave us a little bit of profit before it went straight to my SL. You can see it gave us a little bit less than 1:1, or let's say 1:1. What I actually had in mind was that, okay, if BTC could even come up to this point, this red mark is also a level that I expect it to respect. So okay, even if it comes here and gives me 1:2.39, I will take it and leave. But unfortunately, it didn't do that. So that was what just happened for last week. Now, for these trades, both trades were not aligning with my setup. Now as number one, the mistakes I made, both were not aligning with the setup that I usually take for my trades. They were not aligning with it, but I just wanted to take it just because of I wanted to stroke it. It was just like me stroking my ego, because on the 30 minutes, on the 30 minutes time frame, it actually shifted structure here, and I was waiting for it. Okay, I was like, okay, let me be the first sellers. So then when it started going down, I'll be like, I took a sniper entry. But you have to just wait. That's part of the discipline of it. You have to be disciplined. You have to be patient. Patience and discipline is what will make someone a successful, profitable forex trader. So I've learned my lesson this week, and that's just how it went. All right, yeah. So for this week, we have GBP card as my favorite. So GBP card is actually my favorite for this week, and what I'm just really waiting for is what I waited for last week that didn't happen. Just for price to come retest this zone, then keep going down. So if price doesn't retest this zone, I'm not going to trade it at all. But I see price coming back to retest it. You can see the weekly, the daily, and the forwards, they are all bearish. So I'm just waiting for it to just come back here and retest. Now the second pair would be NZD-CHF. NZD-CHF is actually simple. It's actually also simple. It's one of my favorite. All 6, I think we have 6 this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 are really good setups that I really think they would all play out. Now for NZD-CHF, what I'm expecting for NZD-CHF is just a bearish engulfing break. If it breaks down like this, then retest. I first of all want a bearish engulfing. It has to break below this. It has to break below this structure. This AOI here. Once it breaks below, and I'll be looking for a retest, then sell to the downside. Once it breaks below, I will just be looking to take it on the 30 minutes. 30 minutes is still the center. I look for the shift of structure. It's very simple. The shift of structure. It's very simple. You just look for the shift of structure. It comes like this, something like this. Then I'll be taking it somewhere here. Take my stop loss. The targeting here at least. So this is what I'm expecting for NZD-CHF. After it has broken below this AOI, once it breaks below this AOI, then I'll be looking for my 30-minute shift of structure. As simple as that. Now moving on to the next pair. The next pair is GBP-AUD. GBP-AUD. So for GBP-AUD, the weekly is, let's say, I think the weekly is bearish. The weekly is still bullish, I think. Yeah, the weekly is still bullish. You can see. It's bullish, higher, low, higher. Okay, still lower. Still lower, then higher high, and then higher high, then coming back to retest. So the weekly is still bullish. And let's go to the daily. The daily and the 4 hours, they are both the daily and the 4 hours, they are both bearish. As you can see, the 4 hours bearish, higher high, higher low, sorry, higher high. Then this is like a double bottom and double top M pattern. Then it retested, and I'm expecting it to retest this zone here, this area of interest, then sell. As simple as that. All right, now moving on to the next pair. But first of all, this GBP is just as simple as that. It has already broken below this weekly AOI, this zone here. That has broken below, so I'm just looking for a retest, and that retest will happen on the 30 minutes. So I'm just waiting for it to come back here, give me the shift of structure. When it wants to give me my shift of structure on the 30 minutes, I look for shift of structure on either the 30 minutes or the 1 hour. I take my entry on the 30 minutes or the 1 hour. Anyone that give me the shift of structure, I'll be looking for my entry there. It's as simple as that. You understand? So let's move on. So the next pair is USD JPY. USD JPY is bearish. It's bearish. From the weekly, let's go to the weekly. The weekly is bullish. The weekly is bullish, you can see. Higher low, higher high, and it's coming back to retest this zone here. This is the clear zone. This is the weekly zone that once it taps it, I think it will continue buying, because on the weekly is very, very bullish. Now let's go to daily. And let's go to the daily time frame. The daily is bearish, as you can see. Now on the daily, you can see the higher low. Then this is like a double top, and it breaks below it. It breaks below it. You can see it. Once it breaks below it, now it has reached. And the good thing about this setup is that this should play out. This should play out on Monday. It should play out on Monday because it's already at the AOI already. Price already at the AOI, which I'm just looking for. Basically, I'm just looking for entry at this point now. I'm looking for entry, looking for that shift. Once it gives me that shift, then I'll be entering. I'll wait for something like this. Okay, it's going up. Maybe something like this. Then I'll sell. You understand? I'll sell from this point here. So this is what I'm actually looking at now. It's not my favorite because this is the weekly zone that it might not be coming back here. Even if it comes back here, I'm not sure what it's going to do. I don't want to predict my. I'm just going to react to it. But this is what I'm actually seeing now: is sell from this point, then come down to this weekly zone. I'll be looking to exit my position if I take this. If I take this trade, I'll be looking to exit on this at this point here. So you can give me 1:3 or 1:2. I don't mind any of them. 1:2, 1:3. Then anytime it gets back to this zone, I'll be exiting my position. All right, welcome back. I'm sorry for that short break. My network is really fucking me up here. So okay, on to the next pair. The next pair is Euro JPY and USD JPY. They both move the same way. You know, the JPY pairs, most of them move alike. They move the same way. So what I'm expecting for Euro JPY is just simply for it to tap into this zone, then give me that sell-off. Both the daily and the 4 hours, they are all bearish. Daily and the 4 hours they are bearish. So I'm just looking for it to just sell from this point to tap to this zone and sell off. So that's what I'm just looking on Euro JPY. And this Euro JPY, just the same thing with USD JPY. Both of them, they will most likely play out on Monday. They most likely play out on Monday. So what I'll be looking for on the 30 minutes is quite simple. I'll be looking for that shift of structure on the 30 minutes. If I can just get it, something like this. If it does something like this, I'll just take a sell. You understand? So it's as simple as that. It's not as simple like how I drew that line, it's not, it's going to be as simple as that, but just to recognize the shift of structure. Once I see the shift of structure, I'll just take it and put my this I'll be looking to take profit at this point in. At this point, I put my sell position here. Then I'm going to take profit at maybe a 1:2 or 1:3. I really like a 1:3, but most times I will go for 1:2.5 or 1:3. 1:2.5 or 1:2. But if I say 1:2, I take it too. If I don't see it going up or down more, you understand. But this one, it should give us a good 1:2 or 1:3. So that's just it. So the next pair would be NZD card. NZD card on the daily. NZD card is bearish on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. NZD card is bearish on the daily, on the weekly, and the 4 hours. So you can see it has been bearish for a very long time now. Bearish, lower low, this lower low, the lower high, then drop to this point there. I'm just expecting it to come back here and go down. I was this sell that I put here. It has been a long time. I think it was when it was around here. It has not broken this zone at that time. It was around here. I was waiting it to retest it, but it didn't come back. It just kept on going down. So I'm expecting it to retest this point. But if it doesn't, if it keeps going up, then I'll be waiting for it at this point here. Waiting for it to come back here. Give me that shift of structure, then sell. But for this week, I don't think it will retest here again. I don't think so, but it could, but I don't think so. And even if it does, we'll just react to whatever it does, you understand? It's as simple as that. And this is on the weekly that I'm showing this thing is looking, and that's why I don't think it would retest. Even if it wants to retest this place, it still is very far from here to here. It's not going to be next week at all. So I'm just waiting for it here at this point. You can see it's already. What I like about the pairs for this week is that most of them are already on the zone. They're already on the zone, just for me to come next week and just take the trade. As simple as to be, most of them will be ready on Monday or Tuesday. So I'll be taking a trade on those days. You understand? It's as simple as that. So I think that is the pair for. That's all the pair for this week. Yeah. All right, that's all the pairs for this week. It's as simple as that. I think we have just 6 pairs this week. So I won't be taking all 6. I won't be taking all 6. I'll just be taking maybe either 1 or 2. Most time I like to just take 1 or 2. If maybe I take 1 and it end up in loss, then I'll just take the second trade, and I'll be done for the week. If it ends in either profit or loss, you understand. So for my prop firm, the prop firm that I have 2 prop firm, like I said in my last video. I have fundedness and I have good funded. Both combined is 150,000. Both of them are still at the challenge. I haven't taken any trades on it. The trade that I took, the GBP, AUD, and the BTCSD, I didn't take it on those. I only took it on my personal, because they are not really my pairs. I like to take serious trades on. I only take serious trades on those accounts. You understand? So hopefully this week all this pair plays out, and if it plays out, it ends in profit, then I'll be up on those challenges. Hopefully it ends in profit, I'll be up on those challenges, and even if it ends in loss, I will be down. But definitely we're passing those challenges definitely before. I don't want to time it, but we'll definitely pass it. So this will bring me to the end of the video. So please like, subscribe, share, so that it can become recommended to other people who likes this kind of. All right, so please just like, share, subscribe, comment your thoughts on this video, on the pairs. Are they in line with what you are looking out for? Are they not in line? What kind of pairs are you looking forward to? And just share your opinions.